Hello everybody, welcome back to Path of Nostalgia. Let's talk about Fourways Farms. Fourways Farms was a Channel 4 produced children's TV show from 1983, even though it was produced in 1981 actually. Interesting enough, it's written by a guy called Chris Ellis, and it features the voice of Martin Jarvis. Martin Jarvis did Hooks Pid in 89, 90, he did. And also he was in, I mentioned this before, in the Hooks Pid video, which was, he did Jubilee, the Doctor Who Big Fish audio drama with Colin Baker, Jubilee, Rob Sherman's Jubilee, which is actually fantastic. And we get this sort of interesting gem. The first thing about Fourways Farms is its description, very much. So what it says is, on the back of like VHSs, and also if you search it up, it's basically a stop motion animated puppet soap opera that teaches basic science, and it's set on a farmyard. That's a bit of a mouthful, that is. That is really a bit of a mouthful. Some people actually do question, where's the soap opera bit come in? Because it doesn't really feel like a soap opera, but it might have little hints and moments there, but it's not like your standard. I mean, at this point you have like EastEnders, Cornish Street and Emmerdale, I think, and Neighbours as well at this point, so you kind of wonder if there's not much drama in it, very much. It's basically like a children's TV show that is just on a farmyard doing basic science. That's about it. So we don't know where the drama bits come from, so, or the soap opera element, that seems to be nowhere. Another thing is, is the animation technique. Obviously it's a bit more fluid, but also they use like puppetry as well. Another thing that they use is, especially for close-up shots, is they sort of use, I think the puppet element sort of comes into it as well. Like, I think for the extreme stuff, like if someone's skating on a bit of ice or walking or maybe moving their head or moving an object, that's the sort of the puppet work that they're doing. Yeah, which is pretty interesting. And the other thing is actually quite interesting. It's more to do with like subject matter. Obviously, they're teaching about science there, like basic science. Water turns into ice. You're testing. You're sort of gauging the weather, or we sort of measuring the weather, aren't you? Of how much rainwater you can get down a drain pipe or something, of how much is to come. You learn about plant life. Was it biotic stuff, like research and stuff like that they're doing. Learn about how the moon reflects light and how it's and so forth. But one thing that sort of stand out from Fourways Farm was the subject of the circle of life, the matter of life and death, which is nicely reflected in the episode Birth and Death, which actually won a Peabody Award. It won a award because it's one of those rare occasions that TV shows deal with death. The only sort of TV show that sort of done that was Tugs in 1989. And after that we come to about 94-95 when this episode came out, and we're basically seeing their reaction to a dead bird, which is, like trio, the brownest of the rats believes it's sleeping and believes it's not dead, whereas Duo, the middle one, basically believes that, just says it's cold, it's not breathing. That's Davenport saying that he's not breathing, and then saying it's cold, not moving at all. So, and they bury it in the end, and it all begs the question of obviously just through the circle of just through the life and death, really, which is very powerful stuff. I can see why, and I'm very glad it's won an award, because it's telling a very clear message. It is, especially for young kids. Actually, this is a show for preschoolers. This is, and it teaches you about this sort of stuff. Good grief! Well, at least it's not sort of disturbing, if you know what I mean, like, or blasphemous or dangerous, if you know what I mean. It's just played subtle to keep you wondering and keep you interested. So my experiences for Fourways Farms was through VHS. My parents have got me a couple of VHSs. I've got about 3 or 4 of these, and I can remember some great standard episodes. Obviously, Birth and Death, obviously one of them, one of the highlights. I dropped the hard stuff, which they learn about ice and Godfrey falls for the ice. And then he gets hypothermia. Has to learn to swim at the end. Animal magnetism. There's another one about they're trying to test. They find the rats find a magnet and they solve con if Godfrey's more handsome than ever using a lucky horseshoe or something, which is quite funny. It's a pretty good one actually, and it's a shame. And I'm going to get into this point right now. Actually, it's a shame that Channel 4 doesn't really bother it anymore. But this is going to be the strange part, and people are going to agree on this. That they block everything off. They do, which are, because it's from Channel 4, they tend to block anything off. They do, like claim copyright. This is the second time I have to do this video, and obviously, when I uploaded the video, the original version, which was a bit more superior, it's blocked it completely immediately. I don't know why. It's just. I have literally no idea what's with Channel 4. It's a property that no one even bothers with. It finished in 1996, and for some strange reason, they still want to block it. It's just television rights. These are, because they never really do anything with it. Like they don't. It's never been reissued as such. Apparently, I think it is this year for the 25th anniversary. If that's true or not, I don't know why. If that's true, I don't know really. I know there's a DVD release that you can get from the full website. However, you have to pay a mighty £90 to get it. £90 for a DVD like that. Even for people who watch this show for many years, they think, there's DVD release. How much? How much? Good grief. Oh. So my experiences with Fourways Farm are great through VHS. I love the animation I did. I love the theme tune as well. It's quite subtle as well, which is interesting. Introduces the characters. The episodes are really good. The funny thing about those episodes are, instead of doing one season of 25 episodes, they sporadically release them maybe once a month, like a bi-monthly thing over 4 years between 93 and 96. And I thought it's a bit of a different interest. It's like a series of novels, pretty much. Like you release maybe 5 a month, then you release the other 5 next month. No. I'm getting ahead of myself. No, you release 5 in 1 year, then you release another 5 in another year, and they keep carrying on until then. Which I thought was interesting actually, because no other shows have done that. Usually you have all shows together. You have maybe 13 episodes, 1 season. Then maybe do another one next year. So it was quite interesting. It's a different type of broadcasting format that was, I think, trying to test it, but never went anywhere. Which I think begs the point: would there ever be would there been any more? Probably not. I think because they've run out of ideas already. I think they've done what they can. I think what Chris Ellis has done, he's sort of achieved. He's done the best he can, and only 25 episodes. That's okay. At least it's not like a series of 13, and you think, should there be ever any more? Really? Who knows? But anyway, this is me talking about Fourways Farms from Channel 4 from 1993 to 1996. An instant cult classic. It's one of those shows that no one even remembers at all. Some 90s kids from my sort of neck of the upon my era, 90s child, will know, and they'll be pleased to see a video of me talking about this, which is brilliant, and also educate on a few people who haven't seen it, which I do think is worth watching. There is a full VHS of it, which is the Buried Treasure VHS, which you can go and watch, all 5 episodes, which is really good, thanks to there's a guy called Jimmy Sapphire, I think it is. That's me name dropping him. And I'm surprised Channel 4 actually kept it up. It's been up for a while, actually maybe for a year or two actually, and Channel 4 never even bothered touching it. So that's me talking about Fourways Farm. Thank you for watching. See you for the next video.